This time of the human development, we need some tools to experience and be able to go to the next level. I see your work and as a very important one, because it's a tool that everybody love in every level of development.
To me, you capturing the essence of what makes this work hold so much possibility, because it's not limited to any particular realm of the human experience or any particular culture. At least that's been my observation so far. So no matter where a person is in terms of their own development, in terms of their state of life and their life conditions, it seems to transcend all of it. So that is what excites me about it too, that because I completely agree with you that at this point in time we're more conscious than we've ever been, and simultaneously more deeply in need of generating the best possible responses to the human condition. And music does seem like the perfect medium for that.
This is beautiful. You play very beautiful. It's funny because when you feel love, you first. I can talk about myself only, of course. But first, there is always this physical feeling around of this self-contraction, and when you let it, and you don't have to push it away, but just let it and let the love take its place. You really feel it, and it's very funny because when I was listening to your music now, I felt first this self-contraction kind of, and then I was letting it and let go, and it takes over you. This energy, the love energy.
You know, it's a beautiful thing, Eagle, what you're talking about, actually, because that contraction is the natural state of the human experience. And it's been generated, it's come from thousands and millions of years of survival. And so the contraction itself has been, in a way, a good friend that has allowed us to survive. It's actually a survival mechanism. And the consciousness that you bring to it. And I'm actually kind of interested, as you were listening to the piece I played, what do you think generated when you started to feel that love? What happened at that point? The reason that I asked you about that moment when you felt that shift is because that moment holds enormous potential. And you see, because if you can, it's also very meaningful to me personally in terms of the vision that I have. And because essentially your inner experience transformed, your experience transformed essentially from one of fear to one of love. And the reason why when people sit with me at the keyboard and they're inside of maybe even 30 seconds or a minute, that shift that you just described takes place. That's what gives me optimism, that it's possible. I want it to become conscious to people.
All of us who are doing spiritual work know the resistance and the self-contraction. The resistance is the first thing you have to cross, and the strongest tool of this resistance is to make you afraid to go further.
Yes.
I'm now. I'm not the point, but just give myself. I feel it in meditation as well. And,
sure.
And it's this physical feel and the heartbeats and something's happening, and then you cross it, and then wow, takes a while to arrive in meditation. And even if you are an experienced meditator, and I can share with you that it took a few seconds while listening to you playing, because
well, I could see it as it was actually quite powerful to me, Eagle, because I was watching you. It's unusual. I was watching you listening, and my own experience. You see, because as you were playing it, I couldn't hear it on this side, but I could watch you experiencing it.
Okay.
And I felt the music watching you, and you listening, as you were listening to it. the reason that I asked you about this shift is because it is very significant. The music was a catalyst. It was a catalyst for you in your own self to see, you had to almost create, you were the one who created a different environment. You generated the conditions whereby you transformed your own experience. The music was what catalyzed that, or what sort of made you feel like you could do it. But the thing is that you were the one who did it. And that's a very, very important thing. You see, that's the whole point right there.
It is true.
You did it. And the music simply gave you the opening. It gave you the confidence or the inspiration or the motivation to actually make that choice or that shift.
This is true. This is like this is so true. It's like in everything that you desire, and you desire another person to love.
Yeah.
That's the natural human wish, and it's more than that person. That person is like that music. Is make you able to release this love, and also let you relax your your wish. You wish to have to unite with somebody, and the one who is doing it is you, because this natural state is in you.
That's the point. That, Eagle, that is the point. Mm-hmm. You know, it was very interesting because this insight came to me relatively recently. I was just out in California giving workshops at the Integral Spiritual Experience Conference. Mm-hmm. The theme of the conference was the future of love. Okay, I thought it was all about relationship. And the title of my workshop was The Piano Duet Paradigm, a new model for human relationship. Because of what I see when someone sits with me at the keyboard, it's given me insight into what's driving somebody to. There's a biological drive. That's always been there, and it will probably always be there. Probably. I'm talking about what you're just describing, which is the desire for completion. The sense of wanting to feel completely, to feel whole, to feel safe, okay, to feel everything that you just described. You described it well. And we walk around as human beings with this unspoken hunger, and it drives our motivations to get involved in relationship. And I imagine a world where relationships are freed from that often unconscious human incompleteness, so that a person is already fully just themselves. So when someone sits with me at the keyboard, they're entering into a condition in which they, or often for the first time, they experience simply who they are themselves. And in the process, they're creating music completely spontaneously. So I'm giving them a voice so that they can actually hear the unique quality of who they are.